alright, people, I'm finna post this up on YouTube and everything like that, but let me just talk to folks about like disrespect, right? Well, you got disrespect in so many levels. But disrespect, right? I shot a question out to Twitter yesterday about a video about this dude who beat up another man for pretty much just grilling his wife, like pretty much out fucking his wife while he was present. You know what I'm saying? And we'll get to the other half of that. I don't, because the video didn't show if she was entertaining the looks or she was looking back, smiling back at the dude or whatever. It didn't show that. All it showed was this dude hot and fought this other dude behind, you know, peeping his wife out. And I asked people, like, how would they feel? Some people say they would be turned on about it. Some people were like, hey, I know my significant other, you know, they're a good looking person. Other people gonna look or whatever like that. And some people on the other hand was just like, bro, that's just ultimately disrespect. Especially like when my presence is there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, alright, bro, like you look 50 steps back. Alright, you got your glance, keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people felt that was totally disrespectful. And I get both points, I get both ways. But let's talk about disrespect as a whole. First of all, you got to understand, man, people are just tired of being like treated like a hoe by certain people. You know what I'm saying? Like, tired of being disrespected. And I get it, you know. A lot of people push disrespectful acts under a rug and shrug it off their shoulders because they're just not confrontational people. A lot of people gonna be like, oh, you know, I just don't have time for that. No, you're not confrontational. You know what I'm saying? You don't like to confront things when it happens to you. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that same person who will say they don't have time, they'll internalize those disrespectful issues and they'll carry them for years and years and years, and that'll be the problem. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't confront disrespect because they're not confrontational people. That's just how I view it. You know what I mean? I get it. As you're older, you have things to lose. Because this is what I tell people about disrespect. Two tests are gonna come. Two tests are gonna come. What you confront will bring a test to you. And what you don't confront will bring another test to you. You see what I'm saying? What you confront will bring a test to you as a challenge to a challenge from someone. If you confront and say, man, like, you all up in my gal face, you all up in my whatever disrespect that you feel, when you confront them, a test is gonna come to you because they gonna feel like you charging me up, you disrespecting me for something that they feel that is petty. So that's gonna bring that test to you. And the disrespect that you just brush off your shoulders and sweep under a rug, the other test that it's gonna bring to you is that people gonna see you always brushing it off your shoulders and sweeping it under a rug, and they gonna feel like they can test you because they feel like you just ain't gonna do shit about it. You just gonna take it and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta understand, there are people who wake up every day with an agenda to be some type of bully, physically, verbally, just even aura-wise, just even a glance, a look to even bully people. There are people who wake up every day and try to be that. So whether you confront it or you sweep it under a rug, it's going to present a test to you, and you're gonna. And this is the thing. It's going to force you to cower out, or it's going to force you to confront it. It's simple as that. It's going to force you to cower out or confront the disrespect. And there's a lot of disrespect. Like, today's world, today's society is full of disrespect. You know what I mean? And everybody, when they see disrespectful things happen, they throw it on other people. You know, especially like in relationships. Like, right? Like, I really don't try to speak on just dating relationships, just the dating phase of it, because I feel like the dating phase holds a different weight than a married phase. Like, I'm a married man, right? So when it comes to dealing with my marriage with my wife, you see what I'm saying? I see disrespect way different than I did when I was just dating her. She wasn't my wife. We don't have a covenant together. We're not tied to each other. We don't live in the same house. Like, I see it different. Like, when I was dating my wife, a man could pursue my gal, right? Pursue my gal. And as her being a somewhat single woman, because we're not married, I won't have a problem with that. You see what I'm saying? I wouldn't have a problem with him pursuing her as a woman who is single, who's eligible to wake up one morning and look at me, especially not being in a marriage or nothing like that, and say, you know what? I don't think I want to keep dating you. I want to go try something else. I take that L, I lose. You see what I'm saying? But as a married man, though, as a married man, disrespect is different. You shooting at my wife. My wife is married. You know she married, which means you know she has a husband. You don't know if he gonna get crazy. You don't know if he gonna kill for it. You don't know how he gonna feel disrespected. But you still shooting your shot at this married woman, which means it's no longer about her. It's no longer about the interaction between y'all two. It's about me now. It's about your blatant disrespect for me as a husband to my wife. So it's like you looking at her, and even if she entertaining it. That's why I say it's no longer about her no more. It's about me. Because now it's like, because she gonna get handled, best believe, if she entertaining it. But if she's not, and you keep pushing up on her, you are pretty much telling me indirectly from your actions, fuck you and everything you stand for. That's between me and you now. That's just how I view it. That's how I view it. That's just in a dating aspect. So when a person out there, y'all just regularly dating in a relationship or whatever like that, some people might feel that way. I don't know. But I didn't feel that way as dating her, because our situation was different. At times we didn't have kids. Like I said, we wasn't living in one roof. We didn't share bank accounts. Like all these joint factors make me think different now. You see what I'm saying? Like the destruction that's coming from this makes me think different. Like I said, if my wife entertained it, she'll get handled. We'll separate anyway. You know. But that's just on dating. But people just disrespect people in general nowadays. You know, and the thing of it is that you have so many people, man, and I want people to look at it like this. You have so many people who have been lied to growing up, who have been manipulated growing up, who have been rejected growing up, who've always had people reject them, tell them no, rob them of things, rob them of childhoods, rob them of education, rob them of experiences, and take things from them that would have possibly built and make them a better person. And now when they get to be an adult, they look at life and saying, look, I dealt with all this disrespect growing up. Ain't nobody taking nothing from me again. I don't care if it's the smallest things. I know people who will fight you to the death over the smallest of things because they have been robbed physically, psychologically, educationally for too long. And they will fight you to the death over anything because that's how they feel. They feel they've been slighted their whole life. And to get up into age and to be dealing with people and dealing with the same disrespect and dealing with the same motion of imagery that makes you remember what the past like. You know what I mean? People just ain't having that. You know? People just not having that at all. And I tell people, man, people view disrespect different. I, I believe when it comes to disrespect in life, like I said, I believe people who are confrontational people don't want to be confrontational like that. Don't want to just I live to fight every day and I want to scrap every day and I'm gonna show. No, at the end of the day, they just feel like I'm not taking it no more. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like certain people who don't confront things that they see as disrespect are just not confrontational people. Confrontational people. You know, they are. I guess they hide behind things to not to not confront certain things. People do it all the time. You hide behind certain aspects in your life. You hide behind certain acronyms you may have built over time. You hide behind certain titles that you may gain. You hide behind all these things. You even hide behind life itself. You hide behind life itself not to be confrontation. Not to confront. Like, confronting things doesn't mean we're going to take it to the extreme and get physical and beat each other. It's just, hey, man, I see what's going on, man, and I don't like what you're doing. It's simple as that. People just won't do that. They'll rather just tuck their tail and hide and run and just, it is what it is, man. It ain't bother me. And just, because the thing about this, that's a curse in itself. That's a bad cycle in itself. Not being able to confront things. Come on, man. Now you bring that same non-confrontational mindset into trying to build a relationship. And then when your significant other trying to talk to you, guess what? You don't ever want to confront anything that they want to talk about. So that leaves you not talking about things. You always running. You always hiding for issues that need to be addressed. That non-confrontational mindset will follow you, and it will build in a negative way. So all I'm saying is that when you dealing with folks, man, and you might think, I don't owe them nothing, I don't know them. Be careful who toes you step on. Even if you're doing it directly or indirectly, you do not know what has gotten a person to the point in life to where they are currently. You don't know what's going on in their mind. You don't know what they'll go to war for. You don't know what they'll kill for. And you got to understand, a lot of people have dreams of being financially successful. Everybody want to be rich. Everybody want to be wealthy. But the reality is, most people are going to just be your average everyday Joe Schmoes, Sallies and Lucy's, working a 9 to 5, disgusted, mad that they can't find that open door, that door that leads them to success. And all they have intact is their name and the disrespect they feel like they should be owed. Just off good nature, off GP of being a human. The respect that they feel like that they're owed as a person. That's all most people have. Most people don't have a lot of money. Most people don't have a lot of assets and possessions. The only thing most people have is the name that people shit on and the respect level that they think they should have as a person, and people shit on that every day. So what happens when you take those two things away from a person? I'm just saying, be careful who y'all step on. Be careful who toes y'all step on. Be careful how you treat people. That's why the good book said, be careful how you treat people, man. You never know who you entertaining. You never know if you entertaining the warrior that's going to take you out, or you never know if you're entertaining the warrior that you're going to need fighting on your side. Be careful how you treat people, man. We go through life and we say we self-made and, we don't need nobody. But I tell you all the time, be careful how you treat people, because you don't know if you're entertaining the warrior that will take you out, or the warrior that you need fighting on your side. It's simple as that. But until then, man, y'all, side boss, I'm out here.